The first episode of Voices of the People Community Conversations on Gender-Based Violence placed the spotlight on men as advocates. An initiative of the Gender-Based Violence Unit of the Ministry of Social Development, the series brings together influential individuals and concerned citizens to share their experiences and offer solutions as part of this year's 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence. The panel consisted of Kenny James, principal of the Grenada Boys Secondary School, Marvin Phillip, principal of the Presentation Brothers College, educator Dominic Gaspard, and musician Andrew Hitz Phillip. The discussion was led by Tyrone Buckmeyer, director of the Legal Aid and Counseling Clinic. The panel of men discussed their early experiences of witnessing gender-based violence, even within their own families. They believe that the prevalence of the issue has resulted in its normalization.
I don't have any recollection of anybody intervening.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
but
have.
That was not a done thing, right? Because at the end of the day, it was man and woman business. It was private business on the one hand, especially if you were younger as a child. How could you even intervene? Even in your own household, because if you try to intervene, you get blows yourself. So you just watch, you take that, you watch it and you behave. And then to compound that, especially in the 80s and 90s when some of us were growing up, it was so sort of normalized in song and popular culture, especially in calypsos, that to want to be the one to stand out and be different by intervening and try to get it to stop made you look strange because you were going against the grain of what was happening.
The men discussed messaging in digital spaces and in popular culture that encourages destructive expressions of masculinity among younger generations. However, they agreed that generational shifts are presenting an opportunity to redefine masculinity through healthy traits.
In reinventing or figuring out what that new identity of a man should be, there's an opportunity to add this information and package it in a sense of, okay, a real man is a person who protects and empowers, and creates this new format as a man.
Addressing solutions, they agreed that men should engage each other and reflected on their role as healthy male role models.
Each of us here have influence. We have a group that we have influence over. As Hitz was saying, when the guy comes to the shop and say, I give her 2 slap, if 3 men sitting, boy, what happened to you, stupid or what? Since when that becomes something to do, that sets him to think. And because testosterone speaks to testosterone, there could possibly be a shift in mindset.
GBV is a learned behavioral pattern, right? And recently a young man, a past student, came and he spoke to me about something that I told him about 10 years ago. To me, it was just some words of encouragement because I think he needed to hear that at that point in time. But that stuck with that young man. So imagine the behaviors that they copy from us when they see how we treat women and so on, and they learn that behavior from us. That's important as well.
Reporting for GBN News, I am Deidre Seeley.